Who is it?
Hey,
Vinny!
dude, are you there?
Hey, what's
Yeah,
up,
I'm
my
here,
brother?
man.
How are you,
Dude, I
man?
don't have a scary story, man.
I was like, I'm gonna have pretty much a heart attack. I'm like having a heart attack, but I can't scream or anything. Basically, laying on the floor, panicking.
Oh!
No, you weren't. You weren't.
Oh!
You built the place. I haven't seen the Hopi in thousands of years. Don't make fun of my people. Period.
Sorry,
I'll pull
grandfather.
out your ass and cut you up into little bitty bits.
Facebook page down because people said Richie from Boston's gay. He's gay. I'm gay. I'm a gay man.
And I mean, yeah, I mean, you can prosecute me for that if you like.
No, it's not why I'm doing that. I'm just saying there's a lot
But
of...
that is what you did.
Bigelow started buying websites, including one in British Columbia, Canada. So all of a sudden, this kind of triggered Brian Vike.
Welcome back to Third Phase of Moon. Blake Cousins here. We've got a special report for you. We've got a few UFO videos that we want to share with you.
Welcome back, everybody. Blake Cousins, along with Orlando Smith and Brent Cousins, we're going to be going over incredible imagery.
Third phase of moon. Third phase of moon.
Ten, 9, ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top. Oh yeah.
All right. Welcome to GUFON, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. Come in to the stream with me. Come on, Clarity. Where are you in 3, 2? Come on. Well, it is, what is it, Wednesday? We're going to get clear here in a minute. It is Wednesday, June 12th, 2024. Yeah, tonight we got a nice little show for you. Jeff Willis is going to join me and in about 20 minutes or so, and we're going to go over some Southwest talk about UFOs and why it's a hot spot. If you ever want to go hunting for UFOs, Arizona is probably one of the best places on the planet, not just the United States, the planet. Capiche? And you know why? Yeah, no, not because of the Devil's Hole. No. Maybe. But we got Area 51, right? What else we got over there? We had the Roswell crash, the crash of 47. Remember that? It was a good time back then. Yeah. Can you imagine if we can go back in time to see how it really was? I feel like something's missing when I talk about anything Roswell. I feel like, there's something missing, and I don't know what it is. And sometimes I even wonder if they were even UFOs at all. For another day, I digest. So yeah, we got Jeff coming on. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff, real sightings, but it is a really weird world we're living in. If you really want to get down to the nuts and bolts of ufology, it's a consciousness game now. consciousness and politics, as far as I could see. And it's confusing. I know Jeff has been in this field longer than me, a lot longer, and I can only imagine the frustration one must feel. I just, some days I don't even know. But, you know, I can't leave this. I'm never going away. I'm never going to leave. UFOs, ghosts, the paranormal, it's with me to the end. I can tell you that because I tried to get away. And it always pulls you back in. It does, all the time. You can't leave it once you're in it. I don't know why. And it's not like I'm looking for it. It finds me. And I know if I ask Jeff, hey man, you ever not like, and then all of a sudden you're pulled back, and he would be like, yeah, I sometimes I don't, and they do, and you're pulled back in, and you can never leave. You can never leave. Look at the time. 7:11. It's good luck. It's good luck. Let's do a little roll call. I usually don't do roll call, but Jeff is going to be coming on, you know, every month. So we it's not like he is going to be here for the full 2 hours, even though I see him in the break room, just waiting, sitting there. But let's see who's here, and we'll get going. Rusty Grunert, welcome to the show. Marcel, Gufonian Metalhead, welcome to this show. Kelly Lewis, the EW is here. FAP, welcome to the show. Apostate Prostate, welcome to the show. Brooke is welcome to the show. David Wilcox, not Wilcox. Okay, welcome to the show. Intergalactic Angler, welcome to the show. T.C. Hale, how you doing, T? Welcome to the show. Cindy Krause, how you doing, lady, with your green color? Bernie Muro, what's up, bro? How you doing? Welcome to the show. Paula Faust, hello, Mrs. F. You know, Mrs. T, Mrs. C, you know, Mrs. F. It doesn't sound the same. How you doing, Mrs. T? No, I see, like, hey, yo, how you doing, Mrs. F? It doesn't have the same je ne sais quoi. But the Paula, you know, when I think of Paula Poundstone. Does anybody know who Paula Poundstone is? Comedian from the 80s. Yeah, very popular, actually. All right. Hey, we got a lot of show to do. Jeff's coming on in a few. We're going to be talking about a lot of sightings, getting into it. Jeff Gavi's here. What do you say there, Chief? Welcome to the show. And if I didn't say your name in the intro, it doesn't mean I don't love you. It means we got a lot of show to do. And Alfie Joe Bob is here. Welcome to the show. I suspect it's going to be a Wednesday to remember right here on GUFON. Who's this person? Josie UK. I'm okay. The LK and Faulkner. Derek Faulkner. What do you say there, Chief? Welcome to the room. Anybody else? Got a lot of folks here. Glenn Collins. What do you say there? I like Big Band. What a show this afternoon, bro. Thanks again, yeah, for a great day and night. Okay, bro. Take care, bro. I like that. You always do that. You say, all right. How you doing? Giddy up, Rich. What am I auditing today? Oh! Today? Oh, I put that. I forgot about that. I posted a video last night. And as it was uploading, I just walked away from it. And I forgot I posted that. Yeah, that was my, see, I showed that audit. I'm talking about my other channel, Rich Saves America, where I do public audits, and I'm trying to get the police involved. Wait until you see the next video I'm coming out with from, oh my God, it's pretty good. And don't forget the other video over there I posted of the speeding cops. I got another one. It's now 4 speeding cops since May 22nd on video. I think they're on to me, though. I don't know, man. Yesterday, when I was at the pig shack, I was there for like 22 minutes, and I'm like, can I talk to somebody about this, please? And I'm sitting. I'm saying, oh, okay, 22 minutes goes by. I go, is somebody coming to talk to me? Oh, yeah, he's coming. And I'm like, you mean driving here? Oh, yeah, he was out, patrolling. And I'm like, oh, well, I got to go. I've been here. I didn't think I was going to be here 25 minutes, I told her. So I go, I'll come back when I put in the officer complaint forms. So I got to go. She goes, okay, I'll cancel the call. So I'm getting in my car and I'm pulling out. And 3 police vehicles were pulling in, one behind the other, as I'm leaving. They were going to surround me, intimidate me, I believe. Oh, I missed out on that. I left. It's like the universe works in such ways, guys. Like, the universe is pulling me away from doing this. It does not want me doing these audits. I'm telling you, it doesn't. Either that or I don't want to do them, and but I do. I want to do them. But I'm a little scared, not of getting arrested, but getting arrested and not getting out of jail. Like, they'll find a way to keep you in there. That's the scary thing. But you guys don't realize there's a guy who just went to jail for 6 months, prison, and he didn't break the law doing what I'm doing. So I'm a little bit, what do they call that? Trepidatious? I don't even know if that's a word anymore. Anyway, let's talk about GUFON. Anyway, Rich Saves America. Thank you very much. It's starting to take off a little bit. It's kind of fun. It's really fun, actually. And I have a UFO sighting. Not going to show it today. I'm making a video about it. Yeah, I caught something. And I'll tell you what it is. It's a 19-second clip I have. And it's, me in thunderstorms, right? So I'm videotaping a storm. And I'm not a believer in rods. I want to talk to Jeff Willis about this in a minute. Because Jeff knows we all knew Jose Escamilla, the guy who came out with the rod videos back in I think it was late 90s or something. And a lot of us, including myself, think there are real rods and also insect rods. What the hell does that mean? Well, a lot of rods, these UFOs that look like disc-shaped objects, but they have usually protrusions, which are insects moving faster than the frame rate of a camera. So like this camera here in front of me, 30 frames a second. But when a bug flies by, maybe they're at 120 frames a second. So you got to get a camera with a faster frame rate, right, to see it clearly. And that's how rods were being debunked. Because they'd get high-speed cameras, and they're like, oh my God, that was a cricket flying, stuff like that. But there are rods. And I think I got a real rod. You can see it literally coming out of the storm cloud. You can see it get clearer. And we're talking just 4 or 5 frames. I don't know how many, 5, maybe 6 frames max. This thing was flying. This was a heavy rainstorm. It came out of it and it flew right by me. And it looks just like a rod. But you can see it coming out of the storm cloud over there. It wasn't tiny. It came out over there. Not right next to me like a bug. You can see it coming across the terrain. You know who would like this video? Corbell. Corbell would love this video because it's probably some sort of bug, and I'm bugging over it because I captured it and I can't debunk it, and it looks cool, so I want it to be real. The psychology of wanting something to be real is within me, within all of us. This is a problem that ufology has. I have it. I know Jeff might have it. We all have it. We want this to be real, so much so we get blinded. So when I get this video, I'm going to post it. I'm going to say, am I blinded by my own video? Help solve this. And then you guys tell me what you think. So yeah, it's going to be a real short video, but I like it. I think it's a good conversation piece. Nobody talks about rods anymore, the same way they don't talk about crop circles anymore because of Doug and Dave and their board and rope. Doug and Dave single-handedly killed crop circles. And there was a crop circle that formed last week in France. And we looked at this thing together, right? I don't know if you remember. It was sloppy. It looked like shit. It had mistakes here. It looked like somebody fell into the crops. You know, there was like crops that were just all mangled in one place. I know that's not my alien crop circle. Can you get me clearer than blurry, please? Can you get me a little clearer than blurry? Yeah. Follow the hand. Come on. It's the light. I got to push the light. I'm the light bender. Come on. There it is. There. Clear. Clear. Follow. Follow. You know what I was watching before for free on YouTube with a premium account, which used to be Red, they give you free movies. And I was watching A Bronx Tale. Really fun movie with Chaz Palminteri. Yeah, it was a good movie. It was with who I don't like anymore for his political views, Robert De Niro. I can't look at him the same way. That's not true. I still love him. I'm not that kind of guy. Just because he's against Trump in every way and says like weird things. What's going on? I hear a bunch of music in my ears. That's right, folks. You might hear that donation bell going off. You too can help support GUFON. We need 60 a night. That's the goal. So we could survive. Yeah. And right here, we've got Apostate Prostate with another $2. You're continuing your streak. Mucho gusto, generoso. Apostate Prostate throwing down $2 super chat. And it says counterinsurgents guy. Mucho gusto, not a UFO. Right. You know, thank you. Thank you. Because I did not in the last few, but I need to. And you just reminded me to. I appreciate that. And with that being said, Apostate Prostate throws it down for this.
I didn't ask for it. I left the Department of Defense, ironically enough, to finish the very mission they gave me in the first place. I didn't ask for it. I'm not a UFO guy, not a ufologist. I never have been, I never will be. I'm a counterterrorism and counterespionage guy. I just do counterintelligence, counterinsurgency. That's what I do. And it just so happens that in 2008, I was asked to apply those same skill sets into the
UFO community. Thank you, Apostate Prostate. You can help support GUFON with a super chat, super sticker, PayPal, or Cash App. All the links are in the show description. You can even become a member to help support GUFON. Yep, $5 a month to get all notifications and everything on new stuff that nobody's ever going to see whenever it comes out. But once a week, you get a live show just like this. I think it's better than this. I'm not joking. Those shows are better. Anyway, help support. All the links are in the show description, even PayPal and Cash App. I mean, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. We go every night. Every night. Every night in the night. Okay. All right. You ready? So I'm going to get you warmed up. Jeff's going to come on in about 5 minutes. but I have a video I want to share with you. I can't speak, and let me, if you don't mind, the video I'm going to play now is in the same vein of the conversation I'd like to have tonight. Ancient history exposed. Look, we can talk about UFO sightings that are happening all around us, right? But what is really missing? The hard evidence. And if there are records of that hard evidence, I'm going to show it to you. And I think we've got... Hey, where'd Jeff go? Where you going? Where'd you go, man? Where'd you go? What, do you think I wasn't going to have him on? Unbelievable. All right. Check out the video. I'm getting messages left and right. What is going on? Holy crap sticks. I just have said, what about like, oh, okay. He's good to go. All right, check this out. From Nicola3 on X. Oh, that's fun. Hey, when it said Jeff Willis joined. It told me who joined. That is great. I think he's having problems with his camera, though. All right, we'll figure it out. I'm not worried. Jeff always comes through. Right, Jeff? No, just kidding. Here we go. Check this video out. We'll bring him on in a minute.
Humans were once able to teleport. There was once a civilization.
Okay, did you hear what he just said, that guy? Humans were able to tell a what? Port. All right, now take that and run with it. Go.
Humans were once able to teleport. There was once a civilization that had ancient knowledge that allowed them to become extremely advanced. They had technology that allowed them to teleport across vast distances.
Awesome.
They also had the ability to farm energy from the atmosphere for free, and could manipulate the frequencies of objects, causing them to levitate, allowing them to build grand architecture, like the Great Pyramids. This knowledge was given to humans by extraterrestrials known as the Anunnaki, who came to Earth in search of materials long ago. They gave humans this knowledge so that they could efficiently farm the Earth's materials for them. The Great Pyramids were actually signaling devices. When they were filled with precious metals, a signal would be sent up into the cosmos to alert the Anunnaki. This knowledge was passed down and eventually led to the creation of a civilization once known as Tartarian Empire. But this civilization was destroyed by oil oligarchs because the free energy was a threat to the control they had over the world. As the Tartarian Empire was destroyed, this ancient knowledge was confiscated and hidden in the Vatican archives, with the hopes that humans will never get a hold of this knowledge again, so we can stay enslaved.
Does that make sense what that narrator just said? They were hidden in the archives of the Vatican, so humans don't see it. Well, if you're going to leave it in the Vatican, humans are going to see it again. Duh. Hey, these people and these docos, right? But that is what kills me. I know we had this technology, right? And it was all Earth-based. Nothing was made from anything but what the Earth gave you. Nobody had to manufacture stuff because we don't find any factories, or would we even find the factories? Were the factories they brought in to make the tools to make the stuff brought in, on platforms or flying or hovering devices, and they just worked from the sky and hung down, like people hanging from vines upside down or something. They had this technology. See? I mean, this is all theorized, but there's, like I talked about, Zawi Hawass. Fun name, right? He used to be the curator of all ancient antiquities in Egypt. He still works there in some capacity, but man, was he covering up everything. And he does not buy into the terrestrial theory at all. And if you bring it up, he'll curse you. No, really, forever. Look at this, like Tesla technology, you see? Poor guy, Tesla, what they did to his stuff. As soon as he died, I think it was Trump's grandfather that was there and took all of his stuff, right? The first words, listen.
Humans were once able to teleport.
Shut off. If that's true, what are they doing? why can't we know about it? With that being said, I'm going to bring on Jeff. Jeff Willis from Phoenix, Arizona. He is a lifetime historian, a lifetime experiencer, a lifetime of effort trying to catch the UFOs and the things that might go bump in the night that are related to the demon and angels of our consciousness being. What? What did I just say? Is that true? Ask anybody nowadays. All of that is true. With that being said, without further ado, Jeff Willis. Hey, Jeff.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, man. What's up?
Hey,
How you doing?
Right on, right on. Good to see you again.
Good to see you, and thank you for making a visit back to GUFON for your monthly visit.
No problem. Yeah, I just got all moved into a new place here. I'm out on around. I'm over by Luke now. I'm on.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm on 99 and Peoria-ish, right up there.
Yeah, you know that. What is that? Arrowhead?
No, it's Arrowhead's Bell, like around 99th and Bell. But this is 99th and Peoria.
Oh, got it. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's great area though.
Yeah, it's perfect. And there's also and like I got all my stuff set up in the back, my camera, my telescope, everything. It's perfect because you can see the stars better over here, you know?
Oh, yeah, I know. That's
A
right.
little bit away, you know, from the city.
Way better.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
you know what, I was going to say also, you know what's really weird is like not too far away from my backyard, there's like a little trail and it goes to this bike trail and there's like a deep canal that's really spooky at night. And I'm thinking I'm going to go out there and try to get something to see if some lights come down into the canal, you know, UFOs or anything comes down in there, because that would be a perfect spot for UFOs to drop down.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
So I might get some alien videos here pretty soon.
Dude, you know, it's about time you get something like that, right? One of us gets an alien. We're due.
Yeah, yeah. And so, other than that, yeah, I just been moving, and you know, I was about around the end of May. I got a Facebook message from someone on 35th Avenue in Bethany, and she sent me the original video she shot on Messenger, but somehow it got deleted or whatever. So the video I sent you is that video, but it's from someone else's YouTube channel that found it somehow on YouTube, and it's about a month or so old. So yeah, that's, you know, where that came from. And I told her I'd look around on the reporting centers and stuff like that and see if I can find anything, you know, any reports or whatever. But I couldn't really find anything right offhand. But the weird thing about it is, you know, that's right in town, you know, 35th and Bethany. That's where she saw that little that one we're going to show in a little bit. But you know, there's stuff out there still. You know, that was just like a month ago, basically.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot out there.
Yeah, yeah.
But I was just showing all this ancient history being exposed. Did you ever? You had to have dove into, right, the ancient history, like ancient alien stuff. But I mean, you know, you remember Zawi Hawass?
Yeah.
You know that guy, right? So he doesn't believe aliens had anything to do with the pyramids. I heard that the Egyptians walked up onto the pyramids. They were already built before they got there. Do you know about that?
That's what I heard too. But I have stacks. Have you ever remember the UFO News Clipping Service magazine? Have you ever heard of that?
Is that? Yeah, I do. Didn't you show me that? And you have some of them in your closet.
I got like stacks of it, and those are basically, you know, a thin like 30-page newsletter of like reports from all over the world and all that kind of stuff. And now they covered all of that, a lot of that, ancient Egyptian stuff, because, you know, when, you know, UFOs are always in that news cycle of Egyptian, you know, the hieroglyphs. They always show the UFOs in their you know, the writings, you know, in the pyramids. It always shows that, like contact. Anyways, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, why would they? like they already experienced it. So like you said, they walked up on it and it was already there. So they like pledged their allegiance to whatever built it. They put those pictures in there on they painted all that. And I think they had contact with these people, whoever built these things.
You know, it makes sense, but where are the tools that they made everything with? That's what I always like to, where are the factories that made the tools?
What do you think about this theory? What if it was already pre-built and they just put it there from a starship?
Wow. I didn't even think of that. Wait a minute.
That would be my theory. Because you know what they said? The scientists that studied it said that the settle rate is under like 3 millimeters, and a skyscraper in New York, the settle rate is like 4 or 5 feet within like 20, 30 years.
That's amazing. Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
How do you get 3 centimeters in like a billion years or however long it's been there?
Right.
So it had to have been dropped right down.
I was watching Billy Carson was talking about each one of the 2 million stones that made the big one. They're all individual stones. It's not like they got them from the quarry and just laid them there. He says they're all interlocked somehow. They're all perfectly matched up with each other.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it wasn't already pre-built and put there, then how else would it be there?
I think you're right. It had to have been like they went to the quarry site, had a big pyramid-shaped ship or something, or just a huge ship that they could just take it and move it.
And you've seen these videos where they got video of this huge mothership like sucking energy from the sun and stuff like that. Like maybe that's one of the vessels that had the pyramids on board, one of these huge things.
That's what it's so frustrating because we don't know.
It's all theory, we don't know. If the aliens didn't put it there, then maybe somehow they had more advanced technology back then that we don't have today, and somehow it got erased or destroyed. And that was what was left over was the construction of these things.
Well, don't you think that technology has leaked out? Tesla, the guy, and all these other people who have come up with the guy who built Coral Castle, he was a little skinny Italian guy, 100 pounds, built Coral Castle by himself. And was moving around 10-ton blocks, just, with the ease of a push and all that stuff. So the technology's there. I think it's hidden from us, because of gas and all that shit.
Well, I was going to say, if you had the teleporting, like you were just talking about, teleport a person, why couldn't you teleport huge blocks high up, low up, or lock them into place wherever you wanted to go with them?
That or sound technology. The sound waves I've heard.
If you take a block and you take the computer and say this block needs to go here, like 20 stories up to the top of the pyramid, and then boom, it's up there. Boom, push a button, there it is.
Maybe. I don't know, man. But
because if you can teleport a person, then you can teleport anything, right?
I don't see any teleporting. What do they call it? Hieroglyphs anywhere. I'd like to see some of those.
Yeah,
but they're hidden. They're hidden.
Well, maybe they just haven't been discovered. Maybe they're there in plain sight, but they haven't put the story together. Maybe the pieces and the pictures are all there showing the teleporting, but we haven't deciphered that's what they were trying to tell us in this picture. Because they tell stories with pictures and drawings, and maybe the teleporting machine is there. We're like, what is this? And it's a missing piece of the puzzle of what the story they're telling. Maybe it is somewhere in there. We just haven't found it or found the right message yet.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, anything's possible. It's just, all I know is, Jeff, we can't make that pyramid today the way they did back then. That's all I know.
No, exactly. We can't make we can't do it. The settle rate is impossible for today's construction. It's still over our heads still.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. Yeah. It's unbelievable, really.
It's amazing. I don't know.
There was a lot of water around that area. What, 1,000 years ago? How many years ago?
No, it was
10,000.
It was over 3,000 at least, 4,000.
Long time ago.
Probably longer.
Just imagine if we learned one good secret that we don't know now. Like, let's say we found out that Roswell was an alien crash. I mean, imagine if they came out and told us, and we took the technology and used it And where would we be today? Imagine.
Well, what if the crash was discovered by like NBC or CBS or something like that before the military got there? That's what would have had to happen for that to actually happen. You know, because because that's what Brazel did first. Didn't he call the Air Force first?
He
When he
did.
saw the crash, he should have called the news first.
But that's not how they thought back then.
I wish they would have, because
Right?
we would
Back
have been
then-
in a different story right now, probably.
Yes.
They
Can
would
you
have been
imagine?
forced to. They would have been forced to release it. It would
We
have been out of
would-
their hands.
It would be a weird world.
The bodies would be in the custody of a hospital instead of the military. They would be trying to resuscitate these people at the hospital and try to figure out who these people were. If they're not human, operate on them. I don't know how to do it. They're not human. I cut it open. There's no organs in it. Sew
Yeah.
it back up. Call the Air Force. You know, that's probably what would have happened. You know?
It could have gone any number of ways. Yeah, back then they didn't have social media. They barely had radio back then, right?
Yeah.
So
and it did go out over the wire, but
Yeah.
you know, at the time, and man,
it's
I'm
not
telling you.
fair.
So,
So
yeah,
I owe
we're-
it.
Well,
Oh, go
I was
ahead.
gonna say, it's scorching up here, and Phoenix is like 110 degrees. I don't know. If
I
you
see
knew
that.
It's brutal, dude.
Yeah, and here in Florida, where this is my 4th summer I'll be here, and this is the
Yeah.
first summer. Well, it's not summer yet, but first time I've ever felt heat like this. And we're going through some tropical shit right now. It's been raining a lot. Yeah, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's total opposite of Arizona. But moving here, we'll have to talk. It's just
I
weird.
had to throw that in there because people might not realize how bad it is right now, but we're trying to get through a heat wave right now.
Yeah, but 110 is not abnormal. 115, when you're 115 and higher, that scares me.
Yeah, that's true.
Did it get 115 yet this year?
No, not yet. I think maybe it got 113 or 4. It might have, but
Well,
not.
it's just starting.
Yeah, it's just starting. Oh man.
Do you remember when it hit 122?
Yeah, I was on
You-
the roof doing the roofing that
And
year with tile roofs. That
I was
great.
shoveling gravel and it was 10 o'clock in the morning and it was already 110 degrees. And that was on June 10th,
Wasn't that like 1993 or something?
1990.
1990. Yeah, I knew. It was,
Isn't that amazing?
yeah, 1990, man.
No, but I mean, that's almost to the day.
I was like a kid, man, practically.
Well, what was it? 68, 70? I was 22.
I was 20.
Wow. We were kids.
Yeah.
Isn't that
Wow.
amazing? We can remember all that way back. It feels like a whole other world, though. Whole other
Yeah.
lifetime.
Oh, it was really, to be honest with you.
30 years?
Yeah. Things changed, huh? Like, I don't
Dude.
recognize this world anymore, Rich. I'm telling you, dude. It's not the same anymore.
Okay, so think about no, my parents said the same thing
Really?
when we were growing up. In the 80s, the world looked nothing like it did in the 50s to them.
Yeah.
From the 50s to the 80s? Oh my God.
In the 80s, we talked about, remember in 1984, how if you were probably barely in high school, right?
Yeah, I was a sophomore.
Okay, well,
Junior.
I was like the year before going into high school, basically. And they talked about how this was the year that George Orwell wrote the book about 1984.
Right.
And we had a big class discussion about it. And the main, what it really boiled down to, the bottom line that everybody came to conclusion to in 1984 was that the book 1984 depicted a reality in a world that we weren't there yet, but we all agreed that we're getting there. And this was in 1984. And now, don't you think that we're either there or pretty darn close? I mean,
Well, we're close.
Yeah, we're close. I mean, we had the incident where they discovered that the government was spying on people through their smart TVs. So basically, that's right in the door of the book.
Exactly. 1984. That's crazy.
So how can you? And then, and so we are there in certain ways. And the weirdest thing about it is the book depicted a right-wing takeover of the country and basically of society. And it seems to me that it went the other way. It's like a left wing takeover. So they got it wrong. They got the political structure wrong in the book. But either way, it doesn't really matter. But what we're looking at is a complete takeover of the deep state.
Oh yeah,
And they
without a
are
doubt.
controlled by the Democrats and the puppet. The Democrats are the puppet of the deep state.
That's
So,
right.
and they are the ones spying through the television set. So we're there. We're pretty close. But then you bring the UFOs into the whole thing.
They hate UFOs.
They
hate it.
Our channels are totally shadow banned. Like, I mean, dude, it's
Terrible.
it's ridiculous. My channel's been around since like what, 2007? Since like YouTube, like a little bit after YouTube came out, and I only got like over like 1,000 subscribers or something like that.
What? That's it?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, does it?
Oh
That they,
no.
yeah, they shadow ban it. Yeah. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
if you got my link, like people come over, subscribe, and do what you want to do, bring, come over and join, because we need all the help we can get, through these platforms, like these shows help out a lot, because they bring people in.
YouTube hates, definitely hates UFOs. I used to have a YouTube channel called UFO Chronicles of Rich G. And as soon as back in the day, you had to have 10,000 subscribers to get monetized. As soon as I hit 10,000, they got rid of me. And they said it was because of abusive whatever. But I never talked to anybody. All I did was upload videos that I had. That's it. It was an archive. And they made up some lie, and then I was shut down as soon as I got monetized.
There's something that they can throttle you back to where no one could see you.
Well, that's what they did to me just now. They did that to me in the start of February.
Yeah. And I don't know. I don't understand why they would do it. Don't they want the information getting out? YouTube, like UFOs, and they don't for some reason. They don't want it out.
No, because if we don't believe in what they want us to believe, they'll shadow ban you, even if it's a little. See, it's not YouTube has representatives, right? And each representative takes care of a swath of YouTube channels. And they're like representatives for these 100 channels. So if they get any customer, complaints or anything, they answer those. And then 100 goes to another one, and so on and so forth. What?
And I was going to say, it doesn't even, what's really, really bizarre and what's weird about it? It doesn't even matter what the subject is, whether it's UFOs or music or whatever the subject. If your channel is being conducted in a middle of the road, moderate or slightly far right, you will be totally banned.
Yeah,
or you
conservative. Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that Music Observer guy. You know that Music Observer that talks about music that I sent you? Well, there's
yeah, I do.
That guy is so shadow banned, and all he talks about is music, and they throttle him back so hardcore. And it's like, just because he is like, he's not even far right. He's like just barely moderate, middle of the road, like center, like a little bit leaning right a tad, and they just totally shut him down. He has like 175,000 subscribers, and his videos only get like 200 views. Like, there's something wrong with that.
Well, that's what I was saying. You have a very woke individual who controls 100 channels, and if they don't like you, they will turn you off, and that's it. That's it. Just, you got some idiot woke, blue-haired fucking asshole controlling my fucking income.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because they don't like what I say. Well, I don't like what you say, but I'm not trying to get you fired or ruin your life. It's unbelievable to me how these people, they talk about inclusion and everything else, but they fucking hate people.
They don't want to include your view, though. That's the problem.
Right.
They include everything but anything that's not what they think is.
And they bring that shit into ufology. Really, they do. Do you remember when I first got into this field and you and I started doing our shows? Everybody didn't want me. They're like, you can't talk about politics and UFOs. Well, that's all it is now, is politics and UFOs. And it started about 20 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. See, that's why I always stick to the video of it. I'm just going to videotape this and get the UFO on video and put it out there. And then I got the evidence for myself of what it is. And like, people can come to their own conclusion or whatever. But I want to go deeper. Of course, I want to know what these inside these things flying, or flying these things. I'm sure there's lots of different answers to that question. Like you see, you see a bunch of different UFOs, and like all the UFOs that I saw, I'm sure that they're not being piloted by the same people every time.
Oh no, yeah,
They're the
no
same.
way.
Yeah. Even if they are all aliens, they're not the same alien coming back every time in a different ship or whatever. I mean, come on. I mean, there's different stuff going on here. Even if it is all alien or whatever, it's not. I mean, can you imagine like being visited, like all these UFOs I filmed over, let's say since 1992, if it was the same guy and the same ship every time? Like how could that even be possible?
What do you mean, like a hoax?
No, like how people say, "Oh, I got abducted by these aliens," and it happens over 30 or 40 years.
Yeah.
And it's the same. But I have evidence though, because I get a video of a UFO over and over and over for the last 30 years. So these supposed abductees are saying, "Yeah, I'm being abducted by the same alien over and over for 30 years." They wake up in the ship, it's the same alien, like over all these periods of time. So. Like, I mean, not even I buy that. Like, I'm videotaping UFOs like over the last 30 years, maybe 100 or 200, whatever, and it can't be the same guy every time.
But I do believe. See, I'm the opposite of you. I believe those people are being abducted by the same ones over.
I do, but like when it comes down to the video part, like they have no these. Do you ever these people that have these abduction stories have no UFO video ever?
Right.
They
I know.
never have footage.
That's good.
Now, I could say, sure, if I had, I mean, I've had a UFO experience. I've had experiences that could be abductions or whatever, or dreams or whatever. Sure, they could be, and I'm leaning, like you said, that's the same people, right? But when I go out and videotape a UFO in the broad daylight or at night, I find it hard to believe that after 200 or 300 of these videos that it's the same people every ship every time I get that on tape. I don't see that. I don't see that, I just don't get it.
No, I get it, but
I mean, I get it. Yeah, go ahead.
Don't you think that's a little convenient though? Like, you don't ever capture hardly ever the same thing twice.
Yeah,
right?
It's always different. That's what I'm saying. The UFOs are always shaped different. They look different. So how could it be the same pilot every time? Did they have multiple craft? Sure, maybe, but why would the same people drive it every time?
Well, what if what we're seeing is the same ship, but they're sending a signal outward that everybody's brain, sees something different every time. You never get to see the same one twice.
Or it can morph or whatever.
Whatever it is. It's very ingenious if you think about it. You're never going to see the same thing twice, so you can't say it's real. That's a real messed up way to do things.
Or maybe they're AI robots every time that come down in the UFO or whatever, because they're sent by the controllers, whoever they are, or whatever. I don't know. But I just think sure, you're going to tape, like me, I'm going to videotape a ton of UFOs. And even if they are all being driven by alien pilots, I don't know. Maybe some of them are the same people, but probably most of them aren't. They're different people or different robots or different AI people or whoever's gathering the information. Even the abductees, they say, oh yeah, it's the same guy every time. Maybe that's just because they all look like that. I mean, that's what
I just I'm seeing some activity in the chat room, and people just can't seem to focus on what's being talked about. So they're more worried about being blocked or unblocked. I don't know why you would block them, but Bob is not blocked. I've already talked to Bob. Why don't you just talk to me if you want the answers? I love the way these people make up their own narratives. I don't know why so and so is blocked. Ask me, and I'll tell you why somebody's blocked. It's like they make up their own stories. Oh, it must be because he just likes blocking people. Like, this is why I don't really like chat rooms. It's like I'm going to get involved with that. Now I'm distracted. But everything we're talking about, Jeff, seems to be the most frustrating thing about this topic. We don't get the same objects to study over and over. They're always different. How many different aliens are there? We don't know. It doesn't make sense that it would be the same ones over and over and over. But how many are there? 50? 60?
Yeah. And people
no.
don't,
Right?
don't, yeah, and like people don't listen or like, okay, for instance, okay, there was a sky watcher that put out some footage the other day, and I'm not going to mention who it was or whatever, but
That's all right.
the footage, I mean, the footage was obviously not drones. The guy told the audience a ton of different reasons why there was no possible way it was drones. The first comment, or like, then there's a ton of comments in the comment section about all how great the footage was and all this and that. And then the guy at the very bottom says, why couldn't this all just be drones? It's like, dude, you didn't even watch the video. You didn't even listen to the reasons why it couldn't be drones.
Right.
They just throw something out at the bottom, to like try to discredit the whole thing.
Absolutely.
I couldn't believe it. It was like, did you not watch the video? I mean, that's another thing. If you would have watched the video, you would have known why it couldn't have been.
Every good video will have somebody who does that on purpose. They just like to stir the pot. You can't avoid it in this field. People are babies.
Yeah.
They're just babies. Really.
Yeah.
People think I'm a baby, but I'm not. I'm a frustrated person who is complaining about you people and what you want to be real and don't have any evidence, or what you think something isn't. And Jeff has twice as much experience as I have out there. He knows what he's doing when he's out there. He can tell what's a drone, what isn't. Not every time. Nobody's perfect, but there's certain qualities about things, the way they move. You've seen so many hours of this stuff. You know what it looks like.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Same thing with the rods thing you were talking about earlier.
Oh, right.
The true rods are the ones shot at the highest shutter speeds, and they're high up, and you can see them move like that. And anything shot at a lower shutter speed that's lower is probably a bug if it makes the streak. So you have to be shot on the highest shutter speed, and also at they have to be higher altitude. Even the low ones that are true rods, they have to be shot at the highest shutter speed settings to be proven to be rods.
I know. That's why I'm frustrated. But you have to see the video. It's really cool.
Yeah. So if yours was, like you said, high up, plus shot on a high... Well, even if it's not, if it's shot, like I said, if it's shot on a real high shutter speed and still makes the rod shape, then it was a bug. Then
I was at the old 30 frames a second, the worst to be at.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Jeff, it was going so fast, but you can tell it wasn't something near the camera. You can see it coming across the terrain.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. If you saw it with the naked eye, though, then you have a little
No,
bit
I didn't.
more.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well, that's a hard call, but
it was raining, very heavy rain at the time, and it came through the rain like it was foggy. That's how hard it was raining. And you can see it coming out and getting bigger, and then it just went right over my house, like feet. So it had to be some sort of bug, but it doesn't look like it. So I'm very curious to know what other people will think when they see it. You have some sightings, don't you?
Oh, yeah. UFOserverPhoenix.com and my YouTube channel. The link, if you got the link there.
I'll put it up, but I'm talking about for tonight's show.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, like I said, it was the end of May, someone sent me a Facebook message. They said, hey, I videotaped something around 35th and Bethany Home, 35th Avenue and Bethany Home, and they sent me the message with the video. And I said I'd check around to see, Peter Davenport UFO Reporting Center, see if anybody reported anything, and check up around, around town, see if there was any local sightings from MUFON or whatever. Well, I couldn't really find anything because, he doesn't update his site right away, and I couldn't really see anything, but eventually the video from my messenger, I accidentally deleted it. I'm sorry, whatever. But if the ladies listening tonight, get on the chat and put your unfiltered version in there. But anyways, I was able to find the video on YouTube anyways, and someone was doing an analysis of it or taking a look at it. And so I sent you that link.
You emailed it to me?
No, I sent on your texted it to you.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, the one you saw, the video. That video. That was the video. That was the video she sent me, but it wasn't in my messenger anymore. I found it online on the YouTube channel on that guy.
This one?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
All right, hold on. All right, let me send
But
this
the
to my-
original video was sent by the actual person to my messenger unfiltered, but I somehow got it. Got deleted. So I found it though, and that's it right there.
All right, cool. I'll put it up. I'm gonna pull it up and let people take a look at. It's interesting, but I told you what I think it might be. But we'll hold our thoughts on it.
And
until
we'll have to
hold
take
on.
a look at. Oh, I was gonna say we'll have to take a look at the date for the SpaceX to see.
Oh, I didn't want you to say what it was.
Sorry, but hey.
See what happens when you interrupt?
Oh, I know. I'm so
See what happens when you interrupt? No, I'm joking with you.
All
right, hold on. Let's get the video up here. I miss Arizona, Jeff. I really didn't think I would miss it. It is weird going from Arizona to Florida. Pardon?
You'll have to come visit. And
I will.
We'll
I
go
will.
down the canal and look for aliens down there.
I can't wait. Well, you find them first, and then I'll come out the next day. All right, here we go.
Right.
Here's your video, or not your video, but the video you sent me. Do you want to? All right, let's watch it. We'll talk. It's a minute and a half about. Go.
So this was seen in Arizona.
Okay.
9:15 p.m. May 23rd. What do y'all think? Y'all think it's a UFO? You think it's aliens? What y'all think? Check it out.
I'm taking a video. Because everyone's like, it's not foggy outside, but it looks fucking foggy around it. Yeah, it looks like a UFO. Like, that's not normal. It's not an airplane. There's no clouds out in the sky.
I'm glad she narrated that.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. That was good. I couldn't tell. Yeah, so she made that very clear to us.
Like, what is that?
It is cool.
Look, it just disappeared.
What? So this was May 23rd.
Yeah, and she said she was at 35th and Bethany.
That was for sure a UFO.
All right,
Oh my god, it just disappeared.
Let me see something. SpaceX launches May 24.
Third.
While the United States
No.
officially denied investigating
May
UAPs
2024.
until 2017,
23rd.
some
yeah.
nations
May
had
23rd.
always been ahead.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Let's see if
See what pops up. So there were 355 launches. Here, I'll pull it up. See,
May 23rd was just not too long ago, so we should be able to figure that out pretty quickly.
yeah, what Jeff and I
this is seen
are
in
talking
Arizona.
about is this looks like it might be something from SpaceX. Could be a rocket. I've never seen one look like this.
And we saw how the sighting ended, but we didn't see how it began. But that was probably just because they noticed it and just started taping it.
Right. There's no trail or no, like there normally would be.
Yeah, it's like stays pretty stationary, and it moves like up a little bit. There
Yeah.
is a tiny bit of movement.
Well, let me pull this up. SpaceX launches. I can't believe
And
they had.
if whoever videotaped this or recorded this is listening, just we'd like to get the unfiltered or the full. If this was probably the full version, but if you can get it to us without the guy there in this other guy.
Yeah, totally. All right, so June 7th, 24. Those are the last. Okay, here. Well, let's go back. Okay, May 28th, May 23rd.
So there was one on the 23rd.
Yeah, let's see if it was in California though, because if it was,
Yeah, if it was in Florida, then it wasn't then because
Right.
you didn't see that one.
this was from Florida.
So then that's a no-go then, because I even tried to see Florida launches from Arizona with my telescope.
can't.
I couldn't. You can't see it.
Jeff,
So
I could barely see them.
Yeah. So you
And I'm
can't.
in Florida.
So
What?
yeah. But I did the experiment just to be sure because
Yeah.
there was some sightings on those, a while back. there were some Florida launches, and there were some sightings in Arizona on those same days, but they weren't the same times. But I wanted to make sure I ruled it out anyways.
For sure.
And so during a Florida launch, I waited for it with my telescope and camera, and it's too far away over here.
But at least you tried it.
Yeah, but the California ones, yeah, you can't see those ones from here.
Yeah, I remember being in Arizona, seeing one or two over the years.
But so this would be a no-go for that date.
Yeah, I guess it. Yeah. Well, let me see what time they launched it. Could it have traveled across the United States? Oh yeah. So nope.
Phoenix
this
time.
This one was launched. Well, 7:45 Arizona time.
So that's totally not right.
It's not right at all. Yeah, it's not.
So yeah, I wish I still had the original messenger and the original person that sent it to me, because I know that they're friends with me on Facebook, and they sent me this video, and I had the video and the original person that actually videotaped it. But sorry, whoever that was, I don't have you anymore. So
here, Woo Riders.
Here it is. This is it.
Yeah. UFO's been popping up off here in Jacksonville area. Camp Blanding has been having joint command exercises, and I've seen craft following P-3s and helicopters. Ooh. I'm telling you. Well, that could be because we're almost on the edge of World War III. You know about that, right?
I've heard some stuff, but
it's bad.
You know.
And I've been predicting September is the beginning of World War III, and we're not going to have an election because, they want to stay in power for as long as they can. So if we go to war, can't have an election.
They'll have to. Yeah, we will. We have to.
No, I'm thinking they would call for, just so they can stay in office, they would call, an act of war where we can't go to have an election. They'll come up with something.
But remember the thing called have you ever heard of these things called the Million Man March?
Yes.
Well, have you ever seen the Million Man Machine Gun March shooting at your freaking I don't want to say it, but it would be called Civil War, basically.
Yes. Okay, I bet it would.
You're not going to put us into a war to stay in office. We will drag your ass straight out of the White House. Sorry about that. With a million man march straight through the door.
Yeah, that's what it would have to be. That's what. Didn't they try that on January 6th? No.
Yeah, but not with a million people.
No.
A million pissed off people with machine guns or whatever firearm you can have. I'm not suggesting it's going to happen, or I'm not suggesting do it or make it happen. I'm just saying if you decide to create a nuclear war or some type of war to stop the election, that's probably what's going to happen. Wouldn't you think? Don't you think we're kind of fed up with all this, everything in the last 3 years, 3.5 years as it is? It's like a building. Don't you think it's building to the point where it's coming to a head now?
Yeah, no, it's already peaked. Their own people are turning against them already.
Yeah, and not only that, but when you put this, when you do lawfare against your political enemy, that threw it over the line right there.
Yeah, because if they'll do that to him, they'll do it to them and their own kind.
Yeah. And we're just nobodies talking on, we're just a nobody talking on a podcast. So, they don't care about us, but, it's the little people. When you multiply them together, that's what we solve the problems that.
Yeah, what are they called? The silent majority or the silent minority? Oh, I don't know what it is. Silent majority.
Exactly. But no, if you really that's going way too far. Trying to stop an election by causing a war.
Well,
I think we would take the country back if they tried to do that. That's the only way to stop it.
It's not about causing the war. World War III. We're almost there. Russia and China and all this shit that's going on. Posturing up against Taiwan. Just yesterday or the other day, Russia brought ships along the Cuban area by Florida. I mean, this is getting bad.
As long as we don't do anything, and as long as they don't do anything, then.
Well, yeah, of course, in a perfect world. But look who's president.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
well,
problem.
look who's making believe. But check this out. This is you want to talk about freaking out and watch.
Sure.
Look, Make America Great Again with Black. This guy walks in to a store, a
Yeah.
vape store, and this guy freaks out over his hat.
Yeah.
And there's no volume. Go.
I am looking forward to releasing this video because I just want to purchase something.
Fuck off, dude! Fuck off! Get the fuck off in here, man! Fuck, man! Fucking stay! You can't stand your racist motherfuckers!
Racist?
Yeah!
It's true. I'm not a racist.
He's wearing some Trump bullshit, got some racist bullshit all been said and shit. I'm not serving anyone that has to do with that. He's a treasonous asshole.
I don't have a problem with you, sir. I'd like to purchase some of this naked vape juice, though, if that would be all right. All right, see, because... Okay, here's where we're at.
Leave the store.
Here's where you're at.
Leave the store.
Here's
Leave
where,
the store.
Here's where
Leave
we're at,
the
kid.
store. Fuck off. I don't give a. Get out. Get
It's
out.
not- Help your customer.
Fuck off. Fuck off.
Screams like a little bitch, dude. My nephew was a leftist. He's now turned to our side, but he gets mad and he screams like that. Ah, that's it. That's all they can do. They don't know how to fight, so they're not going to hit you. They'll get killed.
What I think would be funny. I don't know where that was, but remember when Trump held a speech, ran a rally in the what was it, the Bronx in New York, or what was it?
Well, it depends on what happened.
Well, remember he had he did a speech in the Bronx or something like that in New York, or that, like a really, in an area where they didn't think that people would like him, and like, thousands and thousands of people came out for him, just in like the street of. Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah, remember that? That's what needs to happen at like a place like that, like the smoke shop, like a bunch of black guys with like great Make America Great Again hats need to come into that vape shop, like 200 or 300 of them all at the same time, like the ones from the Bronx,
Yes,
That'll
that's
wake
exactly
up,
right.
man.
Yeah,
Maybe
exactly right.
That wakes these people up.
Well, they know they're failing. And what makes me mad, Jeff, is that way of thinking was brought into ufology in 2017 with Tom DeLonge, TTSA, and then the inclusion of everybody else afterwards.
But what that symbolizes? That symbolizes like mental illness is what that symbolizes right there. That's not even a political view. That's like like straight up like meltdown.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
Like you can't even rationalize a discussion with something like that, because that person needs to check themselves in somewhere like real bad.
Yeah, that was like when Trump won and a kid, you see that kid screaming, no.
Yeah. Oh my God.
But what didn't happen? When Trump got in trouble, 34 counts against him, found guilty.
Yeah.
Hey, nobody went rioting. No buildings got burnt down. Nobody went nuts.
You know why?
Yeah, because we're smart.
But the main reason why is not only because we're smart, because we know what's going to happen. Because it's going to be overturned by the Supreme Court, and he's going to also become president. So I mean,
that's true too.
Both of those things are going to happen because this is fake charges. Fake.
Oh yeah,
it's like total made up. They asked like a really smart lawyer, like, what was he even convicted of, and they don't even know.
They don't know.
They don't know.
They keep asking doesn't
that scare the hell out of you?
Oh yes,
they can
every day.
arrest you at any second and come up with some fake charges and convict you, and you just don't even know what you're convicted of.
Jeff, that's why I'm scared doing these audits, because they can arrest me for nothing and I won't ever get out of jail. It just happened. It just happened to a guy. He didn't break the law, and he's going to jail, been in prison. He's got to stay there for 180 days, and they're not overturned.
You got to get. I mean, the Constitution and the Bill of Rights is a real document, okay, and that's the only thing that's going to destroy these people. But they're ignoring it, right? Yeah, they violate all your rights. Eventually, You get a
Here.
lawyer that can prove all that. I don't see how they can still convict you of something that you don't even know what you're convicted
Yep.
of. I mean, it's
Oh,
so backwards. It doesn't even make sense.
you're
That's
guilty.
that's the whole 1984 thing right there.
Yep. Here, check this out. This is JFK with this tyranny speech.
Ladies and gentlemen, the very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. And there is very grave danger that an announced need for increased security will be seized upon by those anxious to expand its meaning to the very limits of official censorship and concealment. That I do not intend to permit to the extent that it's in my control. And no official of my administration, whether his rank is high or low, civilian or military, should interpret my words here tonight as an excuse to censor the news, to stifle dissent, to cover up our mistakes, or to withhold from the press and the public the facts they deserve to know. For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion, on subversion instead of elections, on intimidation instead of free choice, on guerrillas by night instead of armies by day. It is a system which has conscripted vast human and material resources into the building of a tightly knit, highly efficient machine that combines military, diplomatic, intelligence, economic, scientific, and political operations. Its preparations are concealed, not published. Its mistakes are buried, not headlined. Its dissenters are silenced, not praised. I am not asking your newspapers to support an administration, but I am asking your help in the tremendous task of informing and alerting the American people.
Yeah. All right, we get it. But all those people, are they doing the Trump rally again, going to Lake Pleasant?
I don't know, but that whole thing is. Do you think back then JFK could have landed at Area 51? He still couldn't do it. I mean, now that's the whole point he's making. I mean, you can't do it. An American president can't even land at Area 51 and poke around. He can't even do it.
That's
so
awful.
What do we do? So who's the president then?
That's exactly right. He's not.
You know, that's why a Million Man March or this or that, or even there's a struggle there as a president. I can understand that for a power struggle with the military and information and secrecy. Of course, he's locked out. No matter who he is, Democrat, Republican, whatever, it doesn't even matter. They don't know the truth. They can't find the truth. They can't have clearance for the truth. They can't get the truth for the people that voted for them. And plus, the country split in two. Half are this way, this political structure. Half is that other one. That makes it even more difficult. So you got these two opposing forces fighting each other to be the guy that's still not going to ever know anything. But one guy is, whoever your views are leaning towards, that's who you go for, with everything, education, politics, of course, science, religion, everything. Whoever your guy is, you go for it. But see, that's the thing. Like JFK said, even he was on the other side of the. He was a different type of a Democrat back then, because they didn't have those type of Democrats anymore. Those Democrats are gone. Those kind of that he was. But even he, no one will ever know. That's the problem. We need to find a guy who knows. It's like this disclosure thing where they bring out this guy, the guy that says he talked to people that knew and saw and this and that, but they don't ever bring out the guy that saw. Right.
I know.
Like what?
Where is that guy? He's the same guy.
Even the day after Roswell, Philip Corso.
He
wasn't even the guy.
I hate that guy.
He said he talked to the guy.
He didn't
knew
talk
the
to
guy.
anybody.
Exactly. I mean,
he's one of the worst, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
have you been paying attention to Jaime Maussan's Mummy Doomies, the dummies, the mummies?
Yeah, a little bit here and there, yeah.
Well, my big beef was, why haven't Americans been able to investigate these things? Well, they were asked and they denied. I don't know if you know this, but they went to 2 American universities to get the studies done on the Peru mummies, and they denied wanting to. They said, no, we don't want to investigate your fake aliens.
Why
So,
not?
Don't know.
But what about the ones that were put into the MRI?
That's what I'm talking about.
So they put them in there, and they said that it was a skeleton structure that wasn't pieced together, and they said that it was a real body of some sort.
I know.
So now they don't want to. Now they don't want to study DNA or test it anymore.
No, not anymore. They never came to America to test the Nazca mummies. They asked universities if they want to, and they denied it. So they never came here. All the testing's been done in Mexico and I think France or Italy. But check this out. What?
I was going to say, well, that's fine. The testing doesn't have to be here, but
Sure it does. That's the premier of all science is in America.
Well, can American scientists go there and use their
No,
faculties?
nobody wants to put their name associated with it, because what if it is real? Now there have to be this person who's going to make a claim, and everybody's going to think they're nuts. They're all afraid of being called nuts.
Why don't they send that guy that always Neil deGrasse Tyson? He always wants to know about aliens. Why don't they send him there then and to study the damn thing?
Here's the CT scan of it. It's amazing, because to me, it looks legit. It looked stupid as hell, but everything else is telling me these are real.
Yeah, he asked more than one. There's a few of them, right?
Dude, there's 30 of them now. They've got,
Yeah.
there's more. There's so many. But so far, I think they've got 6 out or 9 out.
Well, by looking at that right there, why can't that be human right there?
I don't know. I don't know what. See, that's the whole thing. Nobody's talking to us here while we're watching it. But they're just showing us. They're not afraid to show us the scans.
I was gonna say, the 3-finger thing is odd, but other than that, the thing looks like could be like completely human, right? I mean, what's not human other than that?
I don't know.
I'm not an expert at body, bone structure and stuff like that, but maybe the experts will say, yeah, that is an alien bone structure. But from everything that I've heard about aliens, they don't have bone structures, right? I mean,
I don't know. I always thought they did. It's just different, or they have more
different.
ribs. But other than this, I always thought this was a monkey hand, and they took off the pinky and the thumb and left the 3 middle ones.
Exactly. It could have been a mutilated thing for all we know. We don't know.
Because that's what it kind of looks like to me. It looks like a monkey's hand.
I was more impressed with some of the other ones, the ones that weren't all crutched over like that. The ones
Oh,
that
yeah.
they put in the other ones that they did the MRI on.
Well, look, they're showing us it's all 3D. They're real bones. Nothing is pieced together.
Yeah, right.
So,
I mean,
there's
the other one looked like an alien. The tiny one, remember the teeny one?
Oh, yeah.
That they
Yeah,
put
this
in
is-
the MRI?
I just didn't come across that video yet. I just saw
Well,
this
that one was pretty impressed, but these ones that are a little bit bigger, I mean, I don't know. Because you said he had 30 of them, so maybe some of them could be real aliens. Some of them could be mutilated humans, or who knows.
They're hybrids. They're
Monkeys,
apparently hybrids.
whatever.
Yeah, very small, like 18 inches tall, not very big at all.
Yeah.
So maybe 2 feet, 3 feet tall for the most, but
Yeah.
it's weird. It's a weird thing that's going on with these.
I think it's going to be another country, though, then, because like you said, the United States doesn't. They're always at the debunk level. They didn't want to deal with it or have anything to do with it. So another country is going to have to be the one to present the captured UFO and the captured aliens, or the dead aliens and the blown up UFO, or whatever.
But here's the deal, bro. Jaime Maussan brings aliens on television, and nobody gave a shit.
It's funny you said that, because I saw a guy at Walmart today. He he had a black shirt. It had an alien, typical gray alien, and the alien was going like this with a rainbow going from hand to hand, and it said "No one cares" over the top.
Right.
So
That's
I
amazing.
saw that today, and you said nobody cares. He put the alien on TV. Why is that? You know why? Because we've been desensitized.
Right.
We've been beaten over the head with it since the movies come out. The
70s since Close Encounters.
Well, even that Flash Gordon with the
yeah.
spaceships on a string. Come on.
True, right. Check
We've been
this out.
going there forever.
We have, and we are desensitized at this, especially with the internet. But look at this UFO that's not a UFO. This is a literally a guy made this. It looks so real.
Is it a drone?
I think so. A defo, yeah, I think it is, but we'll find out. It's not coming in clear for some reason. So yeah.
You know what that reminds me of?
Huh.
When it first started going over the treetop, it reminded me of that George Adamski footage where the thing was like this.
Oh, for sure.
Going back and forth. But this one
It's-
doesn't do that. It's like pretty much has a steady, because it's a drone, of course. It's fake. It's going to have a steady flight path. The George Adamski thing was jerking left, jerking right over the trees. That was probably fake too, but he somehow pulled it off. See, that's what I'm talking about right there. Doesn't that look like that one old school George Adamski clip where it's like going back and forth like that?
Oh yeah, I know the one you're talking about. You don't mean Billy Meyer, do you?
No, it was George Adamski. It was a.
Look at this thing.
That's
I don't know
pretty
why
great.
the video is not coming in clear, but
Well, see, that's the whole thing. Now, military, they probably have stuff like that. If a regular person can make a drone like that, a military can.
Oh my God.
A real ship that does that. So maybe they are being misidentified since we've been doing this.
I want this thing though.
Oh,
I would
yeah.
love to have this UFO. Wouldn't that be cool as hell?
Oh yeah.
But don't you think? Well, you can see the legs dangling on the landing stuff. But if you take that off, you take the landing gear off. That's a Bob Lazar sports model.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't like that. Because
Well,
now
that's-
anything's possible.
Yeah, anything's a UFO now. That's what
This
I'm
was-
saying. I mean, now we're at the point where anything. I mean, even back then, like in the 70s, it was harder to fake a video. But
Oh my God, yeah.
now you have to really, I don't know. At least they admit it, that this is a drone and not just some guy in a field just capturing a UFO that he just happened to see,
Yeah,
Because
'cause-
really, those little tiny ones could fit in there.
That's right. They could.
So that could be legit right there.
It bothers me.
But if you
Yeah.
upscale that to be like a 747, then you can have
Dude.
some pretty good flight.
Why can't they?
They probably did with the military.
Yeah.
but
Maybe
like
they
these big
did.
boomerangs. That's what the big Carillion style boomerang ships.
So when consumer drones took over the market, it's just getting harder for legitimate stuff, to be taken, to be seen. Unless it's really high. If it's very high, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing. He put the aliens on TV and no one cared. Well, it's the same thing with, like you said, about the Trump thing. No one cared. But I mean, we said, we all know where it's going. It'll be reversed by the Supreme Court, and
Maybe.
Hopefully.
You never know, though.
Because it has to be though. Because if they can
Why?
just do that, because they don't want that just to happen to me or you or anybody.
I
That's
know.
the only way they can step in and have to do it. There's no
Yeah,
other
they
way.
knew it was going to go. They knew this is just all to keep him out of office, so it doesn't matter. It will be overturned. Have you ever heard of the Tartarian civilization?
No, I haven't.
Check
Is that
this
like
out,
the
bro.
Andromedon and all that.
No, not even. Check this out. It's real.
World. abandoned, lost, and forgotten.
Game of Thrones shit. It's just so much stuff is lost.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's a like a point that, you know, you were making about the Egyptian thing. You know, we can we can discover like an ancient civilization in the woods somewhere, and we can be like the first people to ever discover it, and we can come across statues and paintings of contact from some civilization that only these people had in this certain area or whatever, you know.
Absolutely. And then you look at this, and it's got wings on it.
They're like an angel civilization. Like they were...
or they believed in it and whatever, yeah.
Or that could be symbolizing that they came from the heavens. They came from up and...
Right.
Or whatever. So they put angels' wings on them.
Or they were winged.
Or they were winged. See,
this is what's unbelievable to me. All the stuff we don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing we don't know. And that's... I mean, there's so much we don't know. I mean, really, if you look at it, I mean, we went from basically like horse and buggy to like outer space in like a very short amount of time. And we think we know something now, but we don't.
We have no idea.
Can you imagine in another 200 years what we might know that we didn't know?
Oh my God, I can't imagine 100 years.
Yeah, they'll be laughing at us. They'll be like, "Do you remember 100 years ago when we thought this and that and this?"
Oh
and that?
yeah.
Like, they were really stupid back then, weren't they? Well,
we were.
Like 10-year-olds will be making fun of us because we didn't, we thought UFO, or if the alien or UFO mystery solved by then, they'll be laughing at us thinking, they thought it was this or that, but really
right.
it was that, or maybe they were like, oh, they're right all along. It was aliens or it was this. What else could it be, really? I mean,
It could just be that we were given gifts, right? Maybe they were left behind for us to figure out and use. And once we figure it out, then we could go interstellar. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. But I believe that thing, though. They always say, they're not allowed to, to mess with us because that would screw up our progression as a species, There might be something to that. I mean, that's probably why they haven't showed up. Like, they can show their UFOs or aliens can abduct people and doing this or that, but they can never have open contact, like on the White House lawn or whatever. They can never make that. Otherwise, they will violate their
prime directive.
Yeah, the prime directive. The manipulation. Can't manipulate another species, progression.
Natural.
Even though they have though, even, but not
of course,
but not by fully coming out, like like full contact, like like you said, full disclosure or whatever. So they won't until we catch up. Maybe if we catch up and we're able to catch up to them, then they'll
wipe us out.
Or we'll catch up to one that's a little bit further than us and wants to make friends because they're not too much more advanced, or we can maybe find someone that's a little slower than us and make contact.
I wonder if they look at our technology and think it's cool. Like, how'd they come up with this shit? Like wires? Like they stretched copper wire out and all this? What the hell?
They probably know it. They probably analyzed everything about our entire progression and had a serious laugh that we would. They probably laughed.
We went another way.
Yeah. Or they, yeah, it's so. If I mean, you remember what I mean, I'm sure I've heard you say this before. You don't believe in Rob Lazar or whatever,
Right.
but he did say that during one of his briefings that the scientists that were frustrated because the aliens said that it's like talking physics to chimpanzees,
Yeah.
basically. Like they don't understand it, or they never
I
would,
don't know.
or so it would take so long for them to understand that.
But if math,
If that's true, if our math is so wrong and so laughable to these aliens, then we don't have a chance. Then it would take us thousands of years to catch up to them.
we might,
Maybe even millions
if we survive.
if we survive.
Here's a sighting I wanted to show everybody. So, World News X, I call this the new secure team of the internet because everything they bring up it's like the most amazing thing ever. So, here's another most amazing thing ever. But I have to admit, a lot of the stuff this place gets is pretty cool looking, and I really don't know.
Now,
Some of
where's
this stuff
that shot? That looks like a different country, like Switzerland or something like that.
I'll take a look when it's over, but yeah, that looks like the fake one we just saw. You know, the drone.
Yeah.
That's a big version of it. That's weird. But here we go. Another.
I was gonna say I don't like the way you don't hear the person say, "Oh, look at that" or whatever.
Yeah, no, it's fake for sure. It's got to be.
And then there was something that just dropped down. I saw that. Did you see
Yeah,
that?
yeah. A little UFO came out, and you never see it. I don't think you see the end of it or how it got there. So, yeah, when they have to add the music in and no, you don't hear anybody talking. There it
And
comes out.
now it's got like all kinds of stuff on the top and on the bottom, like some sort of
Yeah.
like.
But it looks cool. Look how cool it looks, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not bad.
But
it does look real. I'm sorry, it just does.
If they had the name of the guy that shot it, and
Yeah.
and his address and phone number, then that would be something right there.
Yeah, I think it's from Italy, but I'm not sure. But that's all they give you. Oh
See,
wait,
if they're
hold
gonna
on.
give you a video, why can't they provide you with the witness and their name and like
Well,
their
let's
channel
see.
or even their whatever, their Facebook or YouTube channel or something?
I'm gonna see if they did. Let's see. Posted. No, it does. Central Park, New York. That's where that was supposedly seen.
Central Park, New York.
Yep.
Huh.
Central Park. Yeah, nobody else got it on video. Just
Yeah,
those
why?
guys. There's 8
why
million
was-
people in New York.
Yeah, why didn't everybody else video it? Get it? See, doesn't make sense at all.
Well, you know what? We just ran up to the end of our time, Jeff.
Oh, bummer.
I know.
It went
Yeah,
fast.
it went by fast. That was and you know we got about 7 minutes left in the show, but
Oh,
you
no,
can.
yeah.
Yeah, so we'll say our goodbyes. Enough
Yeah.
for doing this. And, you know, Jeff and I are still figuring out how we're going to work this in. So I think what we'll do next time, maybe just have some Arizona news or Southwest news or something you can come up in a month, you know?
Yeah,
And I'll
yeah.
or anything that you capture and you want to share.
Yeah.
Because you have your channel and, well, I'll put the link in the show description immediately following our stream.
Yeah,
But where
yeah.
can people find you anyway?
Well, you can go to the UFOs Over Phoenix website, and you'll see my YouTube link there. And of course, you'll have that up, the YouTube link,
Yeah.
and the other side, of course.
Yep.
And we have the same thing, you know, that Rich has got. We got PayPal, we got Buy Me a Coffee. I don't think he has that anymore, but we got that. And you know, please help support us and donate, because we're going to be out there trying to get UFOs on video and hopefully get that in the canal, try to find some aliens in there. And all the new videos I come up with, you know, it's all on the spare time trying to solve the truth to the answers that are out there. And we're just going to keep going until we do. And we're going to try to keep the getting the best stuff on video that we can to try to explain the mystery or to solve the mystery. So, like I've always said, it's like we're always one video away, no matter what
Yeah.
it is. I mean, it could be the video.
That's
that solves the
true.
answer.
It is just one video away, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's it.
And that's my channel. And when you go to my channel, hit the description at the top, and you'll find the links to buy me a coffee and the PayPal and all the other things to support the channel. But don't forget to subscribe, because that's like the main thing that we need. And there's my Twitter, Facebook, all those links there, to find me. And we're just gonna keep going. It doesn't matter what the politics in UFOs are there no matter what. But what matters is the evidence. That's what trumps everything, is the evidence. And whether...
What about Trump?
The evidence, our video evidence trumps it. Trumps the politics and all that about, surrounding UFOs is the evidence. And if it's not fake, if it's a legitimate UFO video that's not fake, that's real evidence right there. And that's what we need, is more of the real evidence.
We need good people with good evidence.
Even that. We talked about this a while back on one of the shows I did. Remember when the video of the alien looking through the window, the Stan Romanek video, where it like peeks around the corner and the
yeah.
window? Yeah. Now,
The
if that was
worst.
real and real evidence of a real alien, that would be something. But it's like you said, even they have the bodies and they don't even want to study them. So where are we at in this thing?
That's amazing. Yeah, I know. Well, you know where we're at? And right now we're nowhere. We're exactly where we're exactly where we are 20 years ago, 30 years ago.
But we're gonna
We're
we're gonna keep trying to get the ships on tape like we always do, and we're gonna keep doing it. We're gonna keep filming UFOs. We're gonna keep taping them. We're gonna keep getting the closer ones, the far away ones. We're gonna get them all, no matter what. We're gonna keep throwing the evidence out there till we get this mystery solved. That's the way it is.
doing what you're doing, bro, because I'm actually capturing stuff with my drone now.
That's great.
Yeah, which is really cool.
Yeah, I need to
But
get one.
oh my God, you gotta get one. If you ever decide you want, come to me first. I'll tell you what to buy.
All right.
No, seriously, because
I will for sure.
But yeah, man, thanks for doing this again. And I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
usually we do to almost 2 hours, but I think because you're doing this monthly, we'll keep it to an hour and a half. So we'll play it by ear.
And I'll
But
bring
I wanna-
some more stuff. But that one sighting, that was just a month ago, and that was some good
Yeah.
stuff. No matter.
That was weird.
I don't
Yeah,
know what that was.
I'll post a link to that video as well in the show description, so you guys can look at it close. But Jeff, thanks, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Always a pleasure. Always, man. Thank you.
You got it. All right,
Oh.
have a good one. Till next time, Goofonians.
Until next time, Jeff Willis, everybody. Thanks again. Man, that went by so fast. I looked down at the clock and I go, it's 8:37? I thought it was like 8:20. And I'm like just casually thinking, about the next thing to say. And then now I realize we're at the end. Thanks for Jeff for doing this and being a regular, coming on once a month or whenever he can, really. If he has anything sooner, he can always come on, sooner if you want. You always have that carte blanche. So thanks, moderators and super chatters. Thanks for supporting the stream, keeping GUFON on its feet. I don't know if we hit the goal tonight, but I appreciate the effort. And newcomers and veterans, thank you as well. And just a little note before we get out of here. If somebody is blocked, removed from this channel, it's because they did something they shouldn't have. Okay? Now, some of you are friends with people that get blocked here. And sorry, but you need to talk to your friends and let them know that if they want to have a channel, they can also have their own rules and do what they want. But when you come here, this is my home. This is where I live. And I love you all. I do. But if somebody's blocked, do you really think I'd want to block somebody? And then they go ahead and make another account and don't think I know it's them? I mean, you don't think I'm just going to block you again? I mean, there's a reason you're blocked, because mentally I don't want you here. Okay? It's for me. That's that. And you must have done something pretty shitty to get blocked from GUFON, because I try to save and scrounge all of you and keep you here because I think we've got a good message. I think truthology for ufology needs to be spread further and wider. Maybe I'm not the guy. Maybe I'm not the guy for it after all these years. Maybe I'm just not the guy. And if I'm not the guy, then, you know, there's many other channels out there that will tell you what you want to believe. But we have our own belief here. I have my own belief. I believe I'm right and wrong. Nobody's right. Nobody's wrong. But when something keeps showing up and doing things the same way, Jeremy Corbell, Lou Elizondo, everybody else that's in mainstream media that gives ufology the black eye that it so deserves, because we allowed it. We allowed Jeremy Corbell to keep doing what he's doing. We allowed it. Nobody else went up against, nobody did anything to shut him down, because people on the right don't do that. We're not cancel culture. But we're also too relaxed, you know? I'm not saying we need to be screaming and shouting or doing anything like that, but I don't even know if some of us have balls anymore. All I know is the left walked all over ufology, and there was hardly any pushback from any of you. It's like, yep, that's okay. It's just the way it is in ufology. Nobody's going to listen to me. That's not me. I feel that we could do more. I feel we could. Maybe I'm not the guy. Maybe I'm too brazen or brash or too much of a sounding like a jerk. Maybe I just don't have a way of speaking that, you know, appeals to everybody. And I'm sorry, I'm not a wordsmith. You know, I'm a comedian. I'm a guy who likes to have fun. I'm an adventure-seeking whore, and I'm a gym rat. And that's all I am. I'm a very simple male. I like sports, I like women, I like rock and roll. And I like the paranormal. But one thing I hate being lied to. I hate being dragged along. And hoaxers, charlatans, and anybody else, just stay clear of GUFON. Because eventually, I'm going to find out. I'm going to know about you, and I'm going to call you out, and then you're going to hate me more. And then YouTube's going to get a complaint because you complained that Rich Giordano from GUFON said I'm a jerk and a hoaxer and a liar. Oh, YouTube, please save me from this guy. Oh, I will, Blue Hair says. I will do whatever you want. Oh, my, he's on the right. He supports Trump and those beliefs. Shadow ban! Fuck you, left. Fuck you, YouTube. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great night. And alien bless. Thank you. No, seriously, I mean that. Alien bless. Forever. Alien bless. You guys are great. Thank God you're here.